regarding, I guess, CRA Streamline and things of that nature?
Yeah, so we also have a tools portfolio. So I didn't bring a sample of it, but it's basically the CRA can choose four audit notes of their choice, and
Mm-hmm.
it's in a leather bound portfolio, so you can stick it into your work bag. And so if you're a CRA that only uses four notes primarily, that's great, you can have it. And then it also comes with a mini size visit to-do list and also action item pad. So it all fits nicely in your portfolio, and you can just put it in your work bag. It has a pin, and you just have everything kind of concise there. We also have a traveling bag for the 16 notes. So if you're a CRA and you want to drop them into like a zip bag, you can put that there. And then we're continuing to get feedback from our users. This would be good. I really wish we can have that. So we are just getting started. We have not completed our mission there. We're just there to really help streamline as much as we can between the CRAs and CRCs, but also QA and QC personnel use our products. Sponsor representatives, line managers, CRA line managers, when they go out to do those monitoring visits with their CRAs. There's a lot of different roles that use our products as well.
Okay. So who do you find primarily, I guess, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. I was saying, who do you find primarily is buying the products? Is it CRCs and CRAs? Because I know
I lost you for a second.
Oh, am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying, who do you think primarily buys these? Because I know for CRAs, we get it's kind of like an unspoken rule, but we obviously get a budget for materials and stuff like that, like pens and sticky notes and paper and anything a CRA might need. So it's obviously not coming out of our pocket to buy those products. It's coming out the budget or whatever. But for CRC, I wonder, do they have the same type of thing? So they can buy it too, or?
Yeah, so great question. So for sites, they have their site budgets. So the budgets that they outline how much they're going to get paid for every visit, for every patient that gets enrolled in the study, for screen failures. And then they also have other additional line items. So they have, study overhead. They may have a line item for startup fee, study supplies. And so that's really where our sites usually apply our products to, their budgets for study supplies within the contracts for the studies that they're doing on the there. So it wouldn't be it could be an upfront and you get paid, reimbursed back, but it ultimately can be applied to that study budget, study supply budget for the sites. Okay. And then for CRAs, same. You usually get $50, $100 for supplies every month or every quarter, and that's where you can use your budget to purchase the Clin Essentials products. But we are also working with sponsors and CROs who are using our products for either a subset of their team or for their wider team. So then it's the sponsor or the CRO that are purchasing our products because they see the benefit and then rolling it out to everyone on the team as well. So it just really depends. If your company has not rolled it out for you, you could inquire on if they are or when they are, or you can go ahead and purchase it out of your budget and use it as your study supply.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to try this out.
Yeah.
Because I think it could definitely be helpful. That's what intrigued me about having this conversation to begin with. Is I was like, because I get a lot of junk mail too from time to time and junk products, but this one actually seemed pretty legitimate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
And
okay.
The last thing that I'll add is, we have sites too that we're working with, even though they're doing eSource and eReg, they still have a need and they see the value of our product, because there's still, some sites still keep that shadow chart or a paper chart, and they're not 100% e-reg or 100% e-source. They still like that because there is a need here or there for them to use yellow sticky notes. And so that's where our product will improve that yellow sticky note process, even if you're so-called electronic.
Right. So, yeah, where I currently am employed, the sites do not have e-source yet. I was at ACRP in 2019, and that was the first time I really even heard of e-source.
I know.
And I guess it's going to be the future, but it's still not widely used yet that I've seen.
Yeah. Exactly. You spot on. I heard about eSource maybe 15 years ago, and it's a slow transition because, like, as you said, all we know is the yellow sticky notes. So that's where we're going. All we know is paper source. So it's going to be a slower transition. Some sites are going to be quick for it, but others are going to be slower to transition. But you still need efficiencies at this time right now. You can't wait 5 years from now and just be underwater with paperwork until the e-source comes. So, you still advance with the times. And this is a good stepping stone because we do have soon, probably by the end of the year, hopefully, we'll be able to launch our electronic portal. So using our whole Clin Essentials methodology with these sticky notes, we also will have an electronic platform. So if you're a remote CRA, you can still send the query to your study coordinator remotely and still be within the clinical or the Clin Essentials using the color code, the coordination, et cetera. So we are thinking about the future and doing the electronic version as well.